All right, let's talk about a huge and honestly super expensive problem in AI right now. It's this thing where models just keep doing the same work over and over again. Well, today we're going to dive into a really clever solution called Cache-Augmented Generation. And really, it's all about one simple idea: giving our AI a memory.
So picture this. You pop open your company's AI assistant and ask a totally normal question. Something like, how many PTO days do I have? You get your answer, you're good to go. Easy, right? But what happens when, just a few minutes later, your colleague asks basically the same thing, just with slightly different words? Or, let's be real, maybe you just forgot the answer and ask again. It happens. Okay, this is the problem. Behind the scenes, that AI probably did all the heavy lifting from scratch, both times. It went and found the data, processed it, and came up with a whole new sentence, all for a question it had already answered. And look, this isn't just slow, it costs real money. You're literally paying for the same work twice.
So how do we fix this whole mess? Well, we basically teach the AI to do something that we humans do all the time without even thinking about it. We give it a new architecture that forces it to ask one simple question before it even starts to work. And that, right there, is the core idea behind what's called Cache-Augmented Generation, or CAG for short. The concept is beautifully simple. Before the model even thinks about generating a new response, it first takes a quick look in its cache, think of it like a short-term memory, to see if it's already solved this problem before.
Yeah, that one simple question, have I already solved something like this before? That is the entire game here. It's a huge shift, moving away from just brute force recomputation to something way smarter: intelligent reuse. So, how does this actually work in practice?
All right, so that's the big idea, but let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does this caching intelligence actually work? Let's pop the hood and take a look. Okay, the process is actually really slick. So first, your query comes in. But here's the cool part. The system doesn't just do a dumb keyword search. No, it checks what's called a semantic cache, which means it's looking for the meaning behind your words. If it finds a match, we call that a cache hit. Boom! The answer comes back instantly. We're talking practically zero waiting and almost no cost. But if it's a brand new question, a cache miss, then yeah, the model does its thing and generates an answer. But here's the crucial step. It then saves that new answer in the cache, making the entire system smarter for the very next person who asks. This all leads to a really good question, though. What are we actually storing in this AI memory? Is it just the final answer, or is there more to it? Oh, it is so much more than that. You can cache things like fully formed JSON or even a complex SQL query. For business intelligence tools, that's an absolute game changer. But you can even save the model's entire reasoning path, its chain of thought. Think about that. If someone else asks a question that needs a similar logical journey, the model can just grab that work instead of thinking through every single step all over again. It makes the cache this incredibly rich and powerful resource. Okay, so to really get a handle on CAG, it's helpful to see where it fits in the family of AI architectures. And it has a really famous cousin you've almost certainly heard of by now, RAG, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. So let's put them side by side. All right, here's the easiest way to think about this. The core command for RAG is pretty much go look it up. It's all about going out and fetching fresh information from some knowledge base. CAG, on the other hand, its first instinct is always to look inward and ask, wait, have I seen this before? And this simple difference leads to some really practical trade-offs. RAG is awesome when you need answers from these huge, constantly changing document dumps. But CAG absolutely shines when you're dealing with tons of repeated or similar queries. And just look at the payoff. When you get a cache hit with CAG, the latency, that's the time you're waiting for an answer, is crazy low. And the cost? It just plummets because you get to skip the most expensive part of the whole process, which is the actual generation. But here's a really important point. This isn't some kind of battle, RAG versus CAG. The smartest systems out there, they're actually using both. The new gold standard is becoming a cache-first approach. So the system checks its memory first. If it's got nothing, then it fires up the RAG process to go find the info. And the best part? Once it gets that new answer, it stores it right back in the cache for the next time. They just work together perfectly.
So, let's bring this all home. Why is giving AI a memory more than just a cool tech trick? Why is it actually fundamental for the future of AI, especially in business?
Well, as any AI app starts to get popular, it inevitably smacks into the same three walls. First, there's inference cost. That's the raw price tag for running the model on every single query, and it can get huge fast. Second, latency. The delay your user feels has to be as close to zero as possible. And finally, you've just got the sheer volume of traffic going up and up and up. Every single company using AI at scale has to deal with these challenges.
And this is exactly why caching is such a big deal. It's a direct solution to those scaling problems. I mean, by reusing work, you slash your token and GPU costs. You make the app feel way faster for all those common questions. And you get this massive bonus. Your AI becomes way more consistent. It gives the same perfect answer to the same type of question every single time.
And look, this is not some far-off theoretical thing. It's already here, powering the tools you might even be using today. This kind of caching is the secret sauce behind the best AI coding copilots. It's in the customer support bots that have to answer the same 1,000 questions every day. And yeah, it's in those enterprise assistants we started this whole conversation with. It's what makes them fast and, more importantly, cheap enough to actually be useful.